Sales for sedans have decreased as people turn their attention toward SUVs. Audi is still in the game, offering 6 luxurious and sporty sedans. Today we have the latest 2024 Audi A6 45 Premium Plus. The A6 is like the middle child out of all the Audi sedans, with a bold exterior and luxurious interior and good power under the hood. So is this a better choice than the redesigned BMW 5 Series and Mercedes E-Class? Let's go ahead and find out. For today's video, we have the A6 45 Premium Plus, which is the mid-trim level with the base model engine. With all the options included, this is $67,350 US. So let's see what you get for the money. Starting things off up front with the styling, you will find a fully blacked out grille in the center and fake vents down below. The headlights will be different on every A6 model, with the Premium Plus getting these matrix LEDs. You also get a projector-style LED headlamp, but no fog lights down below. If you want a more premium setup, the A6 Prestige will offer that. Taking a look at the wheels, by selecting the Black Optics package, you'll get these 20-inch alloy wheels, but selecting the faster engine will get you a multi-spoke design. Taking a look at the side profile, you are going to find blacked out chrome surrounding the windows, and you're going to have the typical sedan shape that the A6 has always had. The mirrors are going to be fully loaded with heating, blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and power folding, something that you always like to see on a luxury sedan. Taking a look at the back, you're going to find a lot going on here. There is a black chrome strip that runs all the way across the back and a black Audi logo as well. The taillights are going to be full LED and they will be very premium. You'll find an LED reverse light and a sequential LED turn signal that is part of the brake light. Now let's move on to the interior and see what you're going to get in this luxury sedan. So I mentioned at the beginning of this video that we have the A6 45 Premium Plus. Basically, that is the mid-trim level out of the 3 for this A6. So you have basically all the goodies except for a couple from the Prestige. Taking a look at the door panel, we have soft touch plastic along the top, open port wood trim, aluminum that runs through the center with 2-person memory seats, leather on the armrest, a little bit of storage down below, and a trunk release. The seats will be made of real leather, however you can upgrade to Valcona leather on the Prestige, and they will be 12-way power adjusting. There is a pretty low step-in height, just like most sedans, but I think previous sedan owners will be fine. The steering wheel itself will be leather wrapped and not heated, that is exclusive to the Prestige, actually. And you will have Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus, which means that you have this full digital gauge cluster, except for the areas around it, like the turn signal indicator will be in that area on top of the actual screen. This part is the screen. You will actually have 2 other gauges on the left and the right side that are not fully digital. Materials will be very impressive in this A6. You have soft touch plastic up top. You also have open port wood trim. I really like the way that they designed this. You also have brushed aluminum surrounding this giant area of gloss black. And you also will have more open port wood trim down here. Taking a look at storage, this usually isn't a strength for Audis. 2 cup holders right here, a 12 volt, an area to store your key fob, actually perfectly shaped for the Audi key fob. And if you lift this up, you have a wireless charger and a little area of storage with 2 USB ports. I really would like to see Audi switch to a new design to accommodate more storage, but if you don't have a lot of stuff to bring with you, you should be okay. But competitors like BMW 5 Series, Mercedes E-Class will definitely offer a lot more storage. Taking a look at climate controls, you will have 4-zone automatic climate control as a $2,300 option from the executive package. This will be controlled from this bottom screen, so you'll just slide your finger left and then you can control everything from there. You can also just use the pluses and the minuses if you want to. You hear that sound? This actually has haptic feedback, so it actually feels like you're pushing an actual button. You can also change your mode right here. You also will have your adjustments for your fan speed, and you will have heated seats and ventilated seats. You actually can have it on at the same time. In my opinion, that makes no sense, but if it's hot and cold, I guess, then you could have that on. Pretty strange feature, but it's there and you don't get it in a lot of cars. Now the top screen will be your main infotainment system. You have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This actually came out around 5 years ago, so it's not the most updated system from Audi, but it's still usable. Like, you can have your navigation system. It's relatively intuitive, but I would like to see a software update soon. You also have a lot of controls right here, and you can actually search something up on the web using the bottom screen right here. I think that is really cool, and you don't see that in a lot of vehicles either. Taking a look up top, we have a regular auto-dimming rear view mirror with a compass built in, and you also have a standard size sunroof. Of course, I am not going to open this in the rainy weather. Now let's take a look at the front passenger side and see what your front passenger is going to enjoy in this Audi A6. The door panel is going to be basically the same with open pore wood and leather on your armrest. However, only the Prestige gets memory seating. Down below, you do have a good amount of storage, and the seats are going to be the same with the leather and the 12 ways of power adjusting. These are also heated and ventilated. Now inside the A6, you are going to find a lot of wood trim that runs along there, and some aluminum and a lot of gloss black. You can also heat and ventilate the seats at the same time, which could be helpful but doesn't really make sense. You also have another storage area so that you can store anything you want, and I did also fail to mention on the other side that there is a full 360-degree backup camera with this Premium Plus. You also get a 3D view, and it is so clear that I can't even see where the cameras meet. Definitely helpful if you are not that good at parking. Opening up the glove box, you're not going to find that much space, but you do get a felt lining so nothing gets scratched. I think this will be just fine for the typical Audi A6 driver. But let's move on to the rear seats. The rear seats are very important because this is a larger sedan, so you're going to need a lot more space. Taking a look at the door panel, you're going to find wood trim on the upper parts and leather on the armrest. You also get a little bit of storage down below. The seats will be made of leather and the footwells are very deep. You can also sit 3 across, but the hump in the middle is pretty big. Now, as far as the amenities go, you do have knee cutouts so that you have plenty of space, and as you can see, I do have plenty of space in the back of this A6. You also get a netted storage area, and an armrest if you fold down this middle part in the middle seats. You also get 2 cup holders which will fold out, but they're very tiny, and this armrest is pretty hard. Taking a look at the center area, you're going to find your 4-cylinder climate control. Now this has to be one of my favorite setups in any car on the road because you can control everything on both sides. Most cars it's only temperature, but in this A6 it's temperature, fan speed, and whether you want it on auto or not. Also, you get 3 stages of heated seats on both sides. Down below, you're going to find 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt outlet. I also did forget to mention that there is a hook at the upper part above the vent. The cargo area is also a very important part of the A6. This is the largest sedan, so you're going to need a lot of space back here in the trunk. Thankfully, Audi makes it very easy to open it up because we have a power tailgate on today's example. That will give you access to 13.7 cubic feet of cargo room. That is a little bit less than the Mercedes E-Class and the BMW 5 Series, but you do get good amenities like a 12-volt outlet on the right side and a cubby on the left side. When it comes to what's under the hood, Audi continues to offer 2 powertrain options on the A6. Today, we have the base engine, which is identified as the 45 TFSI. This is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 261 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. All of this is mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, and it gets a pretty good 24 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway, and 28 combined. If you want a faster engine, go for the 55 TFSI, which has 335 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. But of course, it doesn't get very good fuel economy. So if you are generally a slower driver, you can drive slow while getting better fuel economy in this 45 TFSI. So let's talk competition. I mentioned that people are turning their attention toward SUVs and away from sedans, and that is no different with this segment. The A6 now has 3 other rivals: the Genesis G80, Mercedes E-Class, and BMW 5 Series. The E-Class and 5 Series are both redesigned for 2024, and I would say that they are even better than the A6. Now this does come down to personal opinion, but in my opinion they are more luxurious, more versatile, have more space, and they offer more for the price. Now, the A6 is substantially cheaper by about $5,000 depending on the options that you get, but I would have to say that the BMW and the Mercedes offer the best value for your money in this class. Taking a look at dimensions, the A6 is 194 inches in length and 74 inches in width. Well, that is going to wrap up today's video on this 2024 Audi A6 45 Premium Plus. While this is definitely a good buy in 2024, it is showing its age. Don't get me wrong, I love this sedan, but with the new redesigned 5 Series and E-Class, I would say that those are the best options for this class if you want the most luxury and the most space for your money. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.